back. My name is Rachel.
And my name is Liv.
And this is
Shoes Off, Mics On, the podcast where we talk about our journey in All-Star Cheer.
Today we're going to be talking about the process between choreography and comp. Like getting
Which
ready.
is kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah, we just had our second to last choreography, which is like our whole routine minus dance. And then now we're getting that all ready for when we add dance in, we can just be like polished and just kind of wrap things up before comp starts with the routine.
So we're just going to kind of talk about the process of it.
What we do.
Yeah, how we make it work.
Things that work best for us.
Things that maybe don't work for us.
Things that definitely don't work.
Okay, the first topic is post-choreo mindset. The excitement versus the overwhelm of having the full routine.
I really like getting my routine.
I do too.
I feel like it adds a lot of structure. I'm a big fan of structure, so I feel like it adds a very, like, we go to practice, we know exactly what we want to work on and, like, where we're going. Whereas, like, summer practices, they're fun, but they're so, like, open-ended.
Balancing the hype with the realization that the hard work starts now. I don't think we get in too much of the mindset of, like, oh, we gotta go. Like, I think we're
kind of always in that mindset.
Yeah, I think we're
like the first practice, we're kind of like go. Like it's like go. We don't really we don't
ease into things.
Yeah, like we don't have like a downtime. Like we're always like go, because if you don't start now, I feel like you at the end of the season even just getting to competitions, you kind of almost feel behind if you aren't like getting ahead of yourself. But I think it's better to be more prepared and more on top of things than like be like, oh, it's summer practices, it's fine, like we'll wait till whatever, you know, and then like you feel like you're behind on things.
Yeah, and I think even now, like I see people like being like, oh, we're gonna start full outs. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like, I think we do a pretty good job of being like structuring things of like, okay, like by September 25th, we're going to do at least half a full out. Or like by October 20th, we're going to have done 4 full outs.
Setting goals that are pushing them, but also are like
realistic.
Oh my God, this cat is going to be...
I don't know if you can hear off camera, but they're having a little...
Every time I take away something to play with, they just like find something else. Who knows what they're playing with now? Like, it's probably a shoe I threw.
The laugh of a mother. How athletes and coaches mentally shift from learning to perfecting.
Okay, well, so, fun fact. Me and Liv are always in the perfecting mode. This is Dexter. He's the one making all the noise.
Welcome back.
I need to drink some of my relaxing tea. I'm a little worked up.
But what she was saying before was we are kind of always in perfecting mode.
Oh, yeah. Like, the day we get our stunt, if they aren't hitting it quite literally to perfection, we tend to get a bit worked up.
Even though we don't have to.
And we act like it's, like, summit and they're not hitting the week before summit. Like, we're like, why aren't you... And like I can't remember what we said, but we're like,
I think I said like we don't have time for this.
Oh yeah, we don't have time for you to not be hitting this.
I literally turned around and looked at you and I was like, wait, we do have time.
Yeah, it's like the moment of like really like wrong. We do have plenty of time.
Yeah.
It was like the day after we got the stunt. It was crazy.
And they were like hitting halfway, like
they were hitting it was very well for their first day.
But
trying it. So yeah, I feel like we're always perfecting things.
Yeah. Which is like a
or
blessing and a curse.
Today we went over this one motion section for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a 4-count motion. 4. And we went over it for like 30 minutes just because it didn't look the way it needed to look. I mean, it was necessary for sure, but I feel like most of the time you'd kind of skip over that and like be like, oh, we'll get to that later. Let's just keep going. But we kind of like to stop and perfect things before they get in the habit of doing them not clean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I think we're pretty much, but I think also it kind of does, like full out season and stuff comes up very fast because we have choreo, we just had choreo, we have about a month until he comes back for dance choreo, and after dance it's like you're on your own.
Yeah.
He comes at like the end of September for a dance, and then we have all of October, and then November is showcase month and our first comp month. So it's like it all just happens at once, it feels like. So it's like, yes, we have time, but at the same time, we technically only have like a full month to like prepare.
Yeah. Well, it was like our gap between stunt choreographer, where we got all of our stunts, and like our routine choreography was 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we had like a main stunt, our partner stunts, and then pyramid. So we tried to split it up. One practice was strictly for main stunt, one was strictly for partners, and then 2, like the following week, were for pyramid, because that obviously takes a lot longer. It was like our goal, because we only had 4 practices between the 2. It worked out pretty well. We got, a good chunk done.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, everything has to be very structured and on a calendar.
Yeah.
Timeline. Otherwise, it feels like you get left behind.
Yeah, for sure. So.
Cheer world moves fast.
It does. Doesn't seem like it does, but it does.
Yeah, in hindsight, you're like, it's not 9 months. Comp season is 9 months.
Yeah.
But then you're like, that's 9 months. And then it goes by like so
Once we get to
fast.
Palm Springs, I'm always like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, how did we get here?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Conditioning and endurance. Why stamina work becomes crucial.
Well, we run the mile every single practice, especially over summer. During comp season, it's harder because like there are things that in the routine that do take priority over running the mile sometimes, just because it is time consuming. But I mean, it's important for them to stay alive in routines.
Yeah,
like otherwise they get
like full. For those who don't cheer, if there are listeners out there, but like full outs are like so much stamina and endurance you have to have packed into 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You're also having to hold a person in your hands while doing that. Flip your body over, jump,
dance, smile,
smile.
perform.
Like you have to focus on all these things, and in a matter of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So you have to have like the mental and physical.
And
like,
you have to do
side.
it with good techniques so you're not hurting yourself or
Yeah.
putting others at risk or whatever.
Yeah, so it's kind of like sometimes I think the stamina is like the first important thing you have to have, because if you don't, you're not going to get through it.
Right, which is kind of why we started in summer too, because we have the time to build it then. So, use our time wisely and get it, the first 3 months, get them used to these full outs. So by the time we are running routines, they're already prepared and their bodies are ready to go.
Because all the kids are always like, probably by like January, like, oh, I feel like they're starting to get easier. And it's because they're doing it like over and over and over again.
Yeah, their bodies are prepared for those routines.
I think stamina and training and stuff is like the most important part, because you can't do your routine without having it.
If we do multiple full outs in a practice, when you get to competitions, they only have to do 1 full out. So if we know they can successfully hit 3 at practice, like one after another, they can hit. There's no reason.
Yeah, and especially when like adrenaline kicks in and stuff like that. So stamina is very important.
Yeah.
The cleaning phase, breaking the routine into sections before hitting it all at once.
We love to break down our routines.
Yes.
We love to break down stunts, tumbling into like each specific, what's the word? Like not motion, but like.
We always say every count has a motion, every motion has a count.
You know those dolls, the gymnastics dolls that like bend into each specific shape?
Yeah.
Like shaping every single skill they do so they all look the same.
Yeah. And I think also with youth kids, we kind of have to break down and go very slow, because they don't get the routine perfected within the first 2 weeks. Like it takes longer for them.
It's also a lot of information thrown at them all at once, and a lot of
them
just
started school. This week.
Too. It's like right in the middle of. They have a lot going on.
Yeah, so it's like as a kid, like your brain is just like overflowed, like with everything, with school, with routine stuff. So
yeah,
it's kind of like we try and go at their pace, but also like making sure we're staying on track.
You have to push them a little bit too with that.
Yeah,
like, and a lot of the times they know their motion, like what they're doing.
Yeah,
it goes too quickly, or they move too fast, or something like timing wise is off, when you have to just like slow it down and make sure they're doing everything on the right count at the right time.
It's like the concept of counting and doing it. Like I can see you do the motions right.
I feel like a lot of them, it's like connecting the two. We're like, you need to be counting, and they're counting, but they're not doing the skill on the right count. And you're like, okay, well,
now you're not.
Now you're like, it defeats the purpose of counting if you're just gonna do it on wrong count anyways. So then we have to like go back and be like, this
Yeah.
one's this one's that, this one's this. Or
Yeah.
like making motions. A lot of times they like just like flow through the motions and not like robotically break down what
Yeah.
they're doing. Especially if things are fast or if things go too quickly. So
Yeah. So we
love a good
love
breakdown.
cleaning.
Yes.
Love cleaning. Coach versus athlete perspective. Cleaning can feel tedious, but it's what makes a routine championship ready.
I hated cleaning when I was
I
an
did
athlete.
too. I thought it was so boring.
I was like, how long do we have to stand here and do the
Yeah.
same section over and over and over?
But then you get frustrated with the one kid that's like, oh, you're ruining it for all of us. Like, you didn't get it. But
Or if it's you, then you're like,
yeah.
sometimes it's like one of those things where like, you know what it is, but you just cannot connect it physically to your body. And it's like,
so frustrating.
it's frustrating for you, but then it's more frustrating because you know everyone's frustrated with you. And your coach keeps telling you the same thing over and over. And you're like, no, trust me, I get it. I just physically am having a hard time doing it. Yeah, but I think as a coach, it's probably my favorite thing.
I know, yeah.
in the whole world.
Yeah, I love like the end product of like seeing them do it, and it's like,
You're like, finally.
Yeah, and we always tell them like, I know this is boring. I know you want to be doing full outs and stuff, but like, we can't do that until we fix this. And especially with stunts, like, it becomes dangerous to a point of like, if it's not clean, you don't know exactly what count you dip on, you don't know exactly what grip you have, like, it's dangerous. So making sure like those are cleaned up so that when we go to do our stunts and our tumbling and they're in the right formation and they're not going to hit someone, they know what count they're going on.
We're not having groups clashing into each other.
Yeah.
Bases going at the wrong count, flower goes over someone's head.
Yeah, like literally today we spent the whole practice just going over counts, going over formations, like cleaning the motions.
We didn't. No one stunted.
No one
tumbled.
Like we just.
No one jumped.
Yeah, so.
Motions and formations. That was it. And that's a great way to start.
That's what worked.
Yeah. Got to start somewhere.
Yeah. First full out. What a first full out really feels like.
Scary.
Yeah. As a coach, it's scary because it's like you kind of like hold your breath for each section. And like you kind of have this like checklist in your brain of like, they got through opening. They got through partners. Like you kind of just have this like, oh, there they go. Oh, there they go. And the first full out is never perfect, but also you don't want it to be perfect because then where are they to grow?
Yeah.
And like learn from. So the first one's always scary as a coach because you're like,
it's like you've been holding their hand the whole season or the whole beginning and being like, you do this and you do that. And it's like seeing them, it feels like, now I'm not a bird, but if I was a bird, you know when like the mom bird pushes the bird out of the nest and it's just like, fly bird.
Yeah, that's exactly how it feels.
It's like that. You're just like pushing them and they just like their training has to kick in and they have to be able to do what you train them to do. So it's kind of a test also of like, did we do our jobs?
Yes.
For them to do their jobs?
It's also a good way to see kind of like how it all looks together because you can do mark throughs, tumble throughs, half like stunts and stuff like that. But like until you see it from beginning to end, it's like a story. And if the story doesn't like close or like it doesn't make sense, then you see it better when it's full out because you can see, well, she's crossing through the middle. Why is she doing that? Yeah. So, I think as an athlete, it wasn't as scary. I think the scary part of it was being like, am I going to get through this? Yeah. Like how, like I get tired after a tumble through or like my stunt hasn't been hitting perfectly. Like how am I going to make it hit in this routine? So I think as an athlete, it wasn't as scary of like getting it done. It was more just scary of like, can I do it?
I think for me, it was more like anticipation.
Yeah.
Like it was like we did how many tumble throughs? We did how many stunt throughs? Yeah. We did how many half outs and half outs? Like when is it time for like the full out, like the first one? Yeah. And I think the first one is kind of just like, I think it's scary. Like it's almost like, it's like performing for the first time. Yeah. Like it's like putting all the pieces together and just like hoping everyone remembers what they're doing. Yeah. And that it works. And 9 times out of 10, it's perfectly fine, and there's nothing to worry about. So, but
I think also
it's like driving a car for the first time.
Yeah, like timing it right. Of like when is like how many full outs and weeks do you want to be doing full outs before showcase? Like, because obviously you don't want to do like the week of and be like, here's our routine. Yeah. Like, here's our full out. But like obviously you also don't want to push them too early and be like, full out, go. When it's like they just got their dance or something.
There was one year that We had been doing full outs pretty consistently for like, I don't know, a few weeks before showcase, but we hadn't hit a full out, like a full out until showcase.
Oh, was that Royal Army?
It was either Royal Army or the year before that.
I think it was Royal Army because I remember how crazy it went in there.
Yeah, it was crazy, but it was just like that feeling of like we had no hit full outs under our belt before performing in front of all like our friends and family.
Yeah.
We hit, so it was fine.
Yeah.
But
I think it was Royal Army because I remember like going, like it was insane. I've never heard that place so loud.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. It was pretty loud.
Yeah.
I do recall. Yeah, but it was just scary. I mean, we knew the routine. We knew exactly what to do, but it was just like, can we do it?
Funny, relatable stories. Collapsing after the dance. Full out fails.
I mean, there were plenty of full outs when I just like, after dance, I was like, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I will lie here for the rest of my life. Don't come for me. You can dig my grave right here. I'm done.
I think also as a coach, well, now what we have our kids, they have to run 5 laps immediately after full out.
Yes.
To build their stamina. So we like don't let them do that. But I remember as an athlete, there were so many times you just like, you hit the ending pose and then it all just hits you like a truck.
Yeah.
Like.
Which is like probably not good for your heart rate to be that high and then immediately just like collapse like that. Like I'm sure, I'll get back to you in a few months once I finish my class, but I'm pretty sure there's like a science behind this.
Yeah.
And like that's probably not good for you. That's why like you're supposed to like walk a lap after you run.
Yeah.
To, like,
I always thought it was
slowly
so
bring your heart rate
crazy
down.
that like at practice I was always so dead and tired after full outs, but then at comps I was like never like
I was alive. I felt alive.
woo, like we did it. And then but like after comps I'd be like practice I'd be like crawling. Like
Yeah. Well, I mean it was a 3-hour or however long practice. Like,
yeah.
there was one year, this was probably before Fierce. We ended in a half and like the back stunt group, and we had a hit and then the prep and the dance fell.
At comp?
I don't think it happened at comp.
Oh, okay.
I think it was I hope and pray that it was not at a comp. I'm pretty sure it was just a practice, but it was just like,
Oh, I'd be pissed.
we were so close. So close.
I'd be so mad. Managing expectations. Your first full out isn't supposed to look perfect.
Correct. It is not supposed to look perfect. However, my brain thinks it is.
Yeah.
And I try really hard to make it stop, but it's just like, I don't know. We will sit there and pick things apart.
Yeah.
Like, great, you did a full out. However, X, Y, and Z was not pretty. So do it,
Yeah.
First full out, maybe not, but like definitely like the following full outs.
After they get through the first one, you're like, okay, so you can do it.
Now can we fix
Now
the
can you
things
do
that
it
were
better?
not good? Yeah.
I think I don't really go into the first one with expectations of like.
I just hope they hit.
Yes, my goal is like, can you hit?
Mm-hmm.
Can you get from A to Z with nothing like crazy happening?
Mm-hmm.
If you can do that like 2 times, then I start getting really picky.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, you can't skip C, D, and E.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to go step by step.
Yeah, it has to go in the alphabetical order.
Yes. Team bond and trust. Full outs test trust. Catching, sinking, pulling together when it's hard.
We do a lot of team bondings for the girls.
Yeah.
I feel like they can bond. I mean, inside of practice, obviously they hang out and they chat and whatever on water breaks and stuff. But outside of cheer practice, they do a lot of bondings. They just went to the fair.
Yes.
We're getting ready to go to the pumpkin patch in a few months. And then we have the Christmas party.
Mm-hmm.
Do we do anything for New Year's?
No. When it's comp season, it's harder, but they also get to hang out, like, and
at
swim
comps, they get
and
to hang
stuff.
out. Mm-hmm.
But I think also we'll do this a lot. Like, if they're not hitting, like, their full outs or, like, something's just going wrong with this stunt, like, as coaches, like, if we've said everything we can, we've done everything we can, we've given them everything we can, we're just kind of like, you guys go talk it out.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you don't need to hear from us. Maybe you need to hear from each other.
Which usually they don't. Usually they get tired of hearing from. Like, I feel like sometimes we just, like, you can only say the same thing so many times before they just stop kind of listening.
Yeah.
So either another coach needs to come in and give them like a new voice and a new look on things, or they just need to figure it out for themselves sometimes.
And we've had times where like a full out has gone so bad and we're like, go talk it out. Yeah. And then they come back and hit like the best one. So it's like, I think having that level of being able to talk about it and talk about like what's going on, like,
and trust each other with that.
That's a big thing, is trusting each other. Like my stunt, like if I'm in my stunt group, I need to trust you're going to hit your stunt on the other side of the floor.
Right. Without us being there.
Yeah. So I think we try and start building that from the start, like not just as the season goes on.
I mean, we start mat talk.
Yes.
And like cheering each other on and stuff like first practice.
Yeah. It makes such a difference too, and I don't think they realize it. Like I remember when I was on Royalty one year, me and Mariah, we were literally on opposite sides of the floor, and we were in pyramid, and we'd always like nod at each other. Yeah. Like no matter what was happening.
Those are the things like you remember. Yeah. Like those little things, like the little taps or the little who you looked for or who whatever, you know.
And it's like always like the people like maybe you're not your best friend, but like
in that moment you have a moment connected together.
Yeah. Still going off of team bonding and trust, how accountability shifts once everyone knows their role. Kind of like finding finding the leader of the team. And
I feel like it's pretty obvious from like, I don't know.
I think even before the routine.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I agree.
Like the ones that always are counting and mat talking and helping and knowing the counts and like
helping others,
taking the extra step, like those are just obviously.
Yeah. They also kind of like, we don't really set that up. Like
no, they do it themselves.
Just like automatic. Like they just kind of fall into the pattern of who to follow.
Yeah. It's also like there are silent leaders. Like there's ones that maybe don't speak up a lot or aren't the loudest, aren't the sassiest, but like they'll help you out if you need it, or they kind of like they know their stuff, so someone will like watch them. Yeah. So I think I think like you said, I think they establish it themselves. So, and it's pretty easy to see. Nutrition and rest, fueling bodies for longer, more intense practices.
I feel like we make it pretty obvious in practices, like how important sleep is, and eating and drinking water, and also especially in summer practices with the water, they get more water breaks. They need to bring more water, all the stuff. But competitions, it's hard because we're not with them, you know, the whole time. Yeah. So it's the parents are usually pretty good about like making sure their kids are. We do like our team mom makes like the little like goodie bags for comps, and there's always like water and snacks and things, so like just in case they don't have time for like a meal.
Also those ones that like we'll always kind of like have a granola bar or like make sure, like, did you eat today?
Make sure they're not just having their Starbucks refresher and calling it a day.
You can also kind of see in their energy, like on comp day and practices, like especially like the early mornings, like you can kind of see when they're like, did you eat breakfast? No, it was too early. Well, here you go, banana. Like,
and that's why you feel the way you do.
Yeah. So I think we're pretty good at
being able to tell.
Yeah. And like solving how problem. Important it is.
Yeah. Well, you'll feel it immediately. You know, you don't eat and you're like, oh my God, I'm so tired. And then you eat and you're like, wow, I just had 10 hours of sleep.
Yeah. So why sleep suddenly matters more when you're hitting full outs multiple times a week. We give our kids a curfew on comp days. Obviously, we can't give it to them like during the week. That's the parents' job. But when it's comp weekends, we give our kids a curfew because, one, again, youth age. They're young. They need to go to bed. But two, like, again, youth age. They love to run around the hotel.
They will be in that pool until midnight.
Yeah. So we always say, okay, in bed by 9, or at least like in your room. We always say you have to be in your room by 9. Like, you know, I can't tell you go to sleep like at 9, but like we need to know you're in your room. And then for Summit this year, we practiced in the morning at like 11 a.m. and then they didn't go on until like 9 at night. And I remember we literally assigned them naps. We were like, go take a nap. I don't care if you're not tired. Go lay down.
After our practice. Yeah. We're like, you have 3-4 hours.
Yeah. Before you have to get ready.
Yeah, before you have to get ready. Go home, eat some food, take a nap.
Yeah. And we literally made their parents send in the group chat pictures of them in their rooms, like in bed. Some of them took naps and some of them just
they sent like
there.
selfies of like them like sleeping.
I was like, I don't care as long as they're resting, like
in the room, not running around. Doing.
Especially in like Florida, it's so hot there that like already just like running around outside and doing all that stuff is so draining. Energy. That's like, it's crazy. But
you need a nap.
Yeah, and then in Palm Springs, for some reason, our youth teams always go on at literally every single year we've gone. They go on at 8 in the morning.
Which means we need to be comp ready by 6 a.m. Which means they're getting up at 4 a.m.
So we say in your rooms by 7.
I'd prefer if you were asleep by 7:30.
Right. I prefer if I was asleep by 7:30.
I would love to be in bed by 7:30.
Yeah.
Well, what's hard about Palm Springs is we are so spread out. Our last team didn't go until 9 p.m. We didn't leave the venue till 10. And we had to be up at 4. Yeah. Now, I'm trying to do math here, but I'm pretty sure that's about 6 hours of sleep.
So
if we're lucky.
It gets a little crazy, but it's okay. But sleep is important.
Hopefully it's not as long this year.
I probably will be.
Okay, well, at least we know how to do it now.
Because I think the senior 2 teams last year went later than the senior 3 teams did.
We are well equipped for this scenario.
Yes, we are. Okay. Motivation and mental prep, staying positive when full outs feel draining.
I think it's more of an athlete question. Yeah. But as a coach, they feel draining only when there are mistakes happening that are not normal mistakes.
Yes.
Like things that you're like, what? Just like,
Yeah.
You know,
that's what happened to us in Palm Springs for me.
Yeah. Everything, and I was like, huh? You did what?
Yeah.
And then this happened, why?
When we were in Palm Springs this year, we had, I think we talked about it before, but we had one stunt fall, like to the floor. And it wasn't a stunt that, so we've talked about how me and Rachel always stand on different sides. I don't even watch this partner stunt. Like, it's not
That's my job.
Yeah.
That's my partner stunt.
It's not one of those stunts I have to watch. Like, there's sometimes I, like, sit there and hold my breath for stunts. Like, usually pyramid, I, like, always, like, be like this. But, like, partner stunts, I was always just like, we're having fun. Then I remember I'm watching the other side, and then all of a sudden I see a little arm flailing. And I look over, and homegirl was on the ground.
At this point, I'm like,
I was like flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Her base like picked her up and was like, get on the floor. Like,
well, and then they all stare at us, and I'm like, I can't help you, babe.
And mind you, partners was the second section in our routine.
They still had a full routine to go.
They hit the rest of it, which was good. But it was like, I remember sitting there, I was just like,
yeah,
that's crazy.
It was just like a what the heck?
They'd never done that at practice. They'd never done that at a comp. They didn't even do it in warm-ups.
What ghost shoved her out of the air?
Right. Like, it was crazy. And I remember I was just sitting there like, what just happened? And even they were like, what just happened? Like, they were confused. And then they hit it on day 2. You took them outside because I waited for score sheets. She took them outside because Palm Springs, you can like go stunt on the grass. And they hit it like 4 times in a row.
They sure did.
And it was like...
And I was like... Right. So what happened 30 seconds ago?
Yeah, like
can you care to explain that?
It was actually crazy. But it's things like that that's like mentally like you literally never know what's going to happen.
It's more like it's a level of frustration of like there is genuinely zero explanation.
Yeah.
It's like
from them, from us.
Like it's as if planes just like magically flew in the sky. Yeah. And you're like, how does that happen? And we're like,
I don't know.
They just fly. Yeah. Like, it's like that. There's no science. There's no explanation. There's no math. Yeah. It just happens.
Yeah, it was crazy. But, like, that's not the only time that's happened. Like, things have happened other times. They happen always in cheerleading. Mm-hmm. So it's just, like, it's how recovery is a huge thing and knowing how to recover. Mm-hmm. Teaching them that at a young age because, like we said, like, they actually, like, got back up and just finished the whole routine, and we were really proud of them for that. But like sometimes like in practice, like something would fall and they'd be like, and look at us and like, we can't do anything. Like we're not on the floor. And I think that's what sucks as a coach is it's like you want to just go save them and like hold them in the air, but like you can't. Yeah, it's not an option.
That's like the shoving the bird out of the nest.
Yeah,
like you're fly bird fly.
Yeah,
please fly.
So mental preparation is very important when it comes to full outs,
and just like knowing what to do and not letting it worrying about something goes wrong, don't worry about it until the end of the routine.
Yeah.
Like, that is, you have so many other things literally ahead of you that you still have to do. Like, please, forget about it. Worry about it in 2 minutes.
I remember watching that cheer show on Netflix with Navarro. I remember Monica had them doing, she gave them like scenarios. Like, if this prep falls,
what are we
here's
gonna do?
where you will go to get to next, so we still get all our points. And I remember thinking, like, that's pretty smart. But also, I don't want to just, like, be always depending on, like, doom happening. So
Yeah. And I feel like that's, like, level 7. We're, like, level 2.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's a little crazy out here.
But that's, like, sometimes we'll do the pool noodles.
Yeah.
Just, like, a distraction.
Yeah.
Like,
we'll,
can you be so focused on what you're doing in the moment that, like, outside distractions, like, just don't affect you?
Phrases and rituals teams use to hype themselves up. We always tell them, we always do positive affirmations, like, I am beautiful, I'm strong, I'm smart, I know my routine.
At practice, we have a kindness square.
We do have a kindness square.
Which is just the cutest little thing. They all write on little sticky notes every practice with something kind or something, you know, positive from the practice, or about a teammate, or about whatever.
And I think it brings them joy to be like even if they had a really bad day, like,
it
finding one positive
yeah
has been helpful.
Yeah, I think it keeps them grounded.
Yes.
In touch with them.
Because we always tell them, like, you're not going to have a perfect practice every single time, but if you can walk away with one positive, like, we did our job.
It's a success.
And you did your job. We always tell them, like, we always do our chants, like, we always do, like, do you believe in you? Are you, like, you're capable? Like, blah, blah. But we're not just saying that, like, to say, like, we're meaning, like, you have to believe in yourself. Like, you know what you're doing. I always tell them, you know what you're doing. Nothing more, nothing less. Because it's so easy on a comp floor to get out there and just, like, go crazy because the adrenaline kicks in and, like, all the craziness starts. So it's, like, you have to, you can't do anything. And I think that's what happened in Palm Springs was, like, something crazy. Like, I remember the grip or something was, like, weird. So it was, like, but we'd never seen them do it before. Like, you can't do more than you know. I
always tell them, all you have to do is do your job.
Yeah. That's it.
All you have to do is your job.
Yeah.
Do your job and you're good.
Yeah. I always also told some kids, like, control your mind, because it's so easy for you to, like, get so flustered up there of, like, what's coming next, and, like, the kids that, like, forget the routine and stuff like that. So.
Take a deep breath.
Parent-coach involvement. How parents can support athletes during this tough transition.
Get your kid to practice on time.
And get your kid to practice on time. I think also just being aware of, like, they're going to be extra tired. They're going from waking up at, like, 6, 7 a.m. to not getting home from cheer till, like, 9 at night. Then they have to do homework and shower and eat dinner and, like, all this stuff. So it's, like, having a little more patience with them because, and with us, because, like, we get the kids after school and, like, they're exhausted and stuff, but, like, they signed up for the sport that they have to do. So they have no other option. But, and to some of them it is fun and it's, like, but you can tell when they're tired and they're, like, extra sassy or, like, extra this and that. So it's, like, just being supportive of that. And then also, like, when comp days come around, not stressing them out more by, like, the worst fights I got in with my mom were over, like, my hair and makeup on comp morning. So it's, like, not making it extra stressful on them. Like, if they don't want to take a picture, don't take a picture. But also, as a kid, respect your mom. And your dad.
Right.
Like,
right. Mutual respect from everyone. Everyone needs patience in this time, especially competitions. Because, like, I don't know, parents are, like, trying their best. But, like, I don't know, kids don't always recognize that until they're older. So.
Also, as a mom, like, not, like, analyzing, like, if something went wrong in a routine, like, not going to the kid and be like, Sally dropped her step, but you did great, sweetie. Like, like, stupid Sally doesn't know what she's doing. Like, it's
like,
okay.
stirring the drama even more.
Yeah, like, just when you're, or, like, what happened in your tumbling? Like, when your kid gets off stage, just, like, tell them you're proud of them. Yeah. And tell them what they did good.
Yeah. Or tell them, like, you're there for them. Like, you know, it's whatever you need to tell them, but maybe keep it positive.
Yeah.
If it's something that went wrong.
Yeah. Coaches' strategies. Push hard versus pacing the team.
I feel like we do a little bit of both.
Yeah, I was going to say we do both.
Like we push them just enough because we have high expectations for them, but we also pace them to where we know, to what we know they can handle.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Like, we wouldn't be like, okay, you're throwing a full out, like, next week. Like, I could say, like, you're going to do an all tumbling or something like that because they could handle that, but I would never, like, you know, as a coach, you should know your athletes. Like, you know when they're ready for this or you know when they're not.
When they're ready, but also when a reasonable time. Like, pushing them to where they need to be throwing full outs, but, like, hopefully they are prepared enough from the pushing that that's also the time when they are feeling prepared.
Because I've said as a coach, like, okay, October 17th, you're doing a full outs. And, like, October 17th comes and it's like, well, homegirl has missed practice 4 times and her stunt's not hitting. So, obviously, we can't do a full out on this day, but it's, like, being realistic of what we're doing. So, I think we do a pretty good job at doing both.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing your team does to survive full outs?
They would always talk about what they were having for dinner.
Yeah.
Which is funny because that's what I used to do.
Yeah.
Be like, guys, come on, last full out, and then I can go, like, whatever I was having.
In and out. Like,
yeah, like, and then we can have dinner.
Yeah.
Or, like.
I thought was kind of weird was they would always hit their better full outs when they were, like, tired, like, exhausted.
Well, it forces you to use your technique.
Yeah.
Like, you will get squashed and stomped on if you are not, you know, if you collapse. So you better stay upright.
Yeah, like, their third full out was,
it's like almost like fight or flight.
Yeah. I remember, like, when I was competing, this is, like, a weird core memory for me, but one time I was competing, and I was, like, getting through the routine, and I was tired and stuff, and I saw a Band-Aid on the floor, and I remember going, that's weird, and, like, it, like, grounded me, like, finding something to, like, ground you.
Band-Aid.
Like, I don't know why, or, like,
Who's Band-Aid?
a bobby pin, or, like, something that's, like,
Yeah.
snaps you back into reality.
Yeah. You're like, what's that? Anyways, moving on.
Just doing cheerleading.
Right.
We're
Routine.
fine.
We're back.
Yeah, so. Funny chants, rally, cries, or inside jokes.
I'm not going to lie. I have no idea what our chant is this year.
I don't either. And we just sound like we're mumbling.
I just start clapping. I say, and a 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I just start clapping. And they sing whatever they sing. And then we count those on 3.
And then we say, om, nom, nom, nom.
And then we say, om, nom, nom, nom.
Yeah.
Last year's was long.
Yeah.
But it kind of just progressively gets longer and longer as the season goes on. Which is really fun until you get to, like, Summit.
And then you're sobbing trying to do it.
Yeah, and then you just look silly.
You do look really silly, but it's okay. But it's also, like, funny because we're doing it, like, in front of the varsity staff and, like...
I think it's also fun to see, like, because usually it correlates with whatever's kind of trending at the time. So it's funny to see, like, you get to, like, the end of the season and we say something from, like, the previous June, and you're like, that's, like, so...
6 months ago.
Like, like, so, like, cringy. Like, why were we saying, you know, or whatever. Or, like
last year we did, like,
the
Defying Gravity, like, we sang, like... But I love our chants.
They're fun. Yeah. They're unique because they're different every year, different for every team.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever the same.
Yeah, we always have kids like, why can't we just use last year's? I'm like...
That defeats the whole purpose, friends.
I also like it because it, like, gives you, like, inside jokes. Ranking what's worse. Conditioning laps, back-to-back full-outs, or extra count drills. I would say extra count drills because those are just so tedious. As an athlete.
Yeah. Running laps after a full-out is like...
See, I can't remember doing that. I remember we did that if we got in trouble.
Or, like, or it was just like, oh, we're done. Oh, my God.
We're not
still
done.
have to run. But competition was great because it was a one and done, and there was usually no laps involved.
Usually.
There was this one time at, I think it was a USA comp, maybe like an Anaheim comp or something like that. And this was like a long time ago. And we did so terribly that we went back to the warm-up room, which was gigantic because the Anaheim Convention Center is pretty big, right?
Yeah.
That's the one with, like, the big, huge room, and they usually have, like, extra mats to practice on. We ran around that room.
Well, that's how we prepare for full out and comp season.
Transitioning from choreography into comps.
Which I think was a good topic to discuss because that's literally what we're doing, like, right now.
Yeah. Very present.
We'll keep you guys updated on how our journey goes.
Yeah, if our techniques work.
Yeah.
We'll let you know. All right.
And if you have any suggestions, send them our way.
Yeah. Any tips or tricks or anything you do with your kids or notice your coach is doing, feel free to send it our way.
Well, like, comment, subscribe, listen to us on all streaming platforms, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and we'll see you next time.
Alrighty. Bye, guys.
Bye.